November 2007 started on a Thursday, and I watched A History of God. And if you don't understand me, comment and question, and be respectful. It's okay to have difference, but you know, um, Nur Akash Jarari Sufi Order. I listened through track 50 of the folder, or file 50 on the website at the time. Perhaps I listened to Thomas More's The Soul's Religion through F, A through F, okay, G through L the next day, Liber 15, the Gnostic Mass, Aleister Crowley's The Gnostic Mass, that is, Nur Akash Jarahi, file 60. I watched Secrets, Sacred Rituals of Chichen Itza. How do you pronounce that? Joseph Campbell's The Power of Myth, The Message of Myth, Rosa's Scent Offering, Aries and Mars, representing wise. I finished putting Ta Ha A Oath on a pillow. That's one of the 4 elemental Enochian tablets. And on Saturday the 3rd, I wrote out my notes for Magical Egypt number 4. When did I write out number 3? And I wrote out, okay, I listened to The Soul's Religion, M through P, God and Man, in a something on religion, number 1 and 8. On the Sunday, I watched the Jewish Holidays Guide, the Jewish Holidays video guide. Remember sunset on Monday through sunset on Tuesday is Purim, which is, as I've might be clear to you, is one of the holidays I read the least about, but at least, as far as biblical ones. And there's a lot of things that aren't in the Bible, a lot of things invented, some of them are derived, whatever. It's an interesting Sisi, I think. Remember Sisi, with the help of Israel, conquered the elected government of Egypt. I watched the Tabernacle. I'm not sure. There's probably a bunch of videos named The Tabernacle. I watched Ekankar, What Is It All About? Light and Sound of God, The Religion of the Light and Sound of God is its current subtitle, I believe. Sort of a comparative religion. Comparative religion spirituality is, I guess, how they might phrase it. Rosa, Mars, Center Offering. Aries. Sincere, Decided Idealist. On the 5th, I watched 19/4/1425. So that would have been a video that I recorded on VHS. I think the person who broke into the house over a year ago stole my VCR, because the VCR is gone. Why would they steal some VCR? I guess they're worth more than they used to be, but you think they would have maybe thought of something else they could grab, and you'd have to unscrew the VCR. But yeah, I don't know where it could have possibly gone. None of us have used it. The Ark of the Covenant was a show that I watched. I wrote out some notes for Magical Egypt number 5. And the next day, 6 and 7, there was a Rose Scent Offering. Obviously, I would have watched Magical Egypt to write out the notes. Aries of God, a great pioneer. I don't know. I watched the Jewish video holiday guide. My hand's cramping up. Sorry. I listened to Nur Akash Jarahi Sufi Orders through track 67. 9:25 through 9:39 a.m. Enochian Key, 19th one, 25th author. And on the Enochian list, I talk about that. And on the next day, it would have been 4 to 4:08 p.m. Sometimes you really have no idea how long you've been meditating and such. It could be a few minutes. It could be a few hours. Of course, if it's a few hours, you wonder whether or not you went to sleep or not, particularly if you've been laying down. But sitting up too, and the possible something VQSA, I'm not sure what that is. Listen, Nur Akash Jarari Sufi order through track 72. An impossible goal. Onward on the possible goal. I don't know what I was trying to say. So on the 8th, I listened to Shariat Ki Sugmad, Book 1, Chapters 1 through 12. Takes about 6 hours, the audio tape of it. But Eckankar's Bible doesn't have any spiritual authority over me, but whether it was derived from other sources or whether it was something voices told him, I'm still don't consider it to have authority over me. I watched A Better Friend. I watched Letters from Iran. Nizam Manacheri, is that the person who did that film? I wrote out notes to Magical Egypt number 8. An interview about it. There's no such thing as a Chanukah. Bush Sandy Goldstein's short little film. A Chanukah bush. Okay, yeah. So the number value is 84. Let me see if I got that one right. 8, 50. Okay, 5 would be 63. K would be 20, 64, and wait, I messed that one up. 8 and 5, 13. 63, 83. Is there? Maybe the A is pronounced. Maybe I'm getting the number value on. What's the? Okay, all these different transliterations mess me up sometimes. I had a discussion with the next door neighbor on perhaps about our last meeting. Chamomile, steam offering representing dreams. From 9 to 9:14 a.m., Enochian Key 19 with Vatad, the author of change. And on the 9th, would have been 4:04 to 8:24 p.m. That doesn't quite sound right. Flashes of colorful light flashed from the peacock stone on the belly. Okay, I'm going to go quicker. Okay, and I fell asleep. Okay, I didn't intend to fall asleep. If you don't intend to fall asleep and you sleep through a ritual time, you can pick it up when you get up. Maybe or maybe I'm at AM. So I watched Mary Magdalene, a round table speak, massacres. More secrets of Mary Magdalene. Dan Bernstein. Secrets of Mary Magdalene, and I discussed with the princess. Sources of craving. The Princess of Discs. That's what I called her. The expert speak. So the Da Vinci Code is a couple. The Little House on the Prairie is more reality than the Da Vinci Code, but there's people, comment and question. Peace unto you too. Yelem Yeleng, Sen Offering, representing Clearing the Mind. I listened to Nur Akash Jarari Sufi Order through 85. On the 10th, through 90. I started the Sleep CD on 8th and said Neurocast Jarari Sufi Order. Okay, I had the whole thing in something to play while I was sleeping. I watched Muhammad, Legacy of a Prophet. I finished putting Gono Ahat, another one of the Enochian key elemental tablets. Oh ho ha. Yet another, and Thahabayembatan. So I finished my 2 pillows with the Enochian tablets. I watched something, a material, on the 11th, there was a scent offering representing tranquility, peace. There was a Tahajjud, Surah 2, 201 through 220. That was with someone else. I listened to Abdul Bari translation, of course, with the Arabic recited of Surah 1 and 2. And I read an interpretation of the Quran, Surah 34 through 34 for Ayat 4. Angel's Breath Mist offering. I listened to Abdul Bari's Surah 3 and 4. The second Enochian key meditated through 1 through 1:11 p.m. and 3:09 to 3:10 p.m. And remember that this is the translation that I was on right here. And on the next day, on the 13th, the third Enochian key, 1 through 1:10 p.m., and I wrote out notes to Surah 18 and 19, a sleep study on Surah 14. I watched Muhammad, Legacy of a Prophet. Was that the PBS special that someone borrowed from me and it ended up in Pakistan? I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. Well, at least people got use of it. I might have only watched it the number of times that I record here. Tahajjud Salat, Surah 221 through 231. Joseph Campbell's The Hero Journey was what I watched. I read the Quran through the with the aforementioned translation through Surah 34:54. I listened to Abdul Bari, Surah 5 and 6. And on the 14th, 7 through 9. I had a discussion with the Princess of Cups about, what was going on, but I talked to her a lot more than that. Why was that day so special or night? Same person, the prayer, the Tahajjud, which is the prayer after sleep but before the dawn prayer. So obviously phoned me, got me up before dawn, enough time to go and meet and say Surah 231 through 134 or 237. Through 347 maybe. Maybe it was a longer one. Yeah, that could have been it. 40 or something minutes. I watched Mythos 1:1, Psyche and Symbol. And as some may see, I redid the psychological diagram to reflect a deeper variety of spiritual beliefs and a variety of looking through things in different levels. Somebody saying, well, you have autism. Yeah, well, I look at things from different perspectives at the same time. I had a discussion with the next door neighbor. I read an interpretation of the Quran through Surah 36, 8, 7. And on the 15th, I watched Mythos 1, 2, The Spirit Land. I had a neighbor who would borrow my Joseph Campbell DVDs. I had some other stuff. I'd probably let him borrow too. I read Al Quran, the Majid Fakhri through 37.6. Enochian Key 5. And if it's the 12th right now, it might. Some people may like to meditate on the 12th Enochian Key, which I probably will do tomorrow. 3:03 to 3:11 p.m., 4:04 through 4:10 p.m. I listened to Abdul Bari, Surah 10 and 11, J.D. Hall, Quran Part 1 and 2, Yelin Yalang, Scent Offering, Clear the Mind, Sleep City on Surah 31, Pure Scent, I Watch Mythos, 1-3, On Being Human. And human doesn't mean we're a bunch of flawed things. We can certainly perfect ourselves, but definitely, just like in the Magical Egypt episode 1-4, the Temple of Man, ourselves, we're meant to connect to the rest of existence or refer to the rest of existence within ourselves, and that's what that temple at Luxor was about. And, all of life can be mythologized through human terms. I need to stop. Find a good leaning. So on the 16th also, I read Al Quran through, translated through 37:1 through 37:1 through 82. Okay. 3:30 through 3:37 p.m., 2:25 to 2:32 p.m., 8:01 through 8:45 a.m., Enochian Key 6. J.D. Hall translation, Jews 3 and Jews 4. Listen to Abdul Bari, Surah 12, 13 the next day on the 12th. Enochian Key 7, 6:06 to 6:15 a.m., 7 to 7:20 a.m., 8 to 8:09 a.m., 9:30. I left to see the CD conference, and I believe I shared about this on the Sufi order list. And 8th Enochian Key, Amber Scent Offering, Free of Malice. I took the Shadaliyah oath because I was taking part in the group stuff. I didn't figure why not. I definitely didn't consider it the greater oath or anything like that. But definitely I was involved in a social order, so that's how I saw things. I didn't see that there was an obligation that all of a sudden things had changed. Oh, I have to, there's something wrong if I don't do their litany every morning or every evening or whatever. But I discussed with the Princess of Disc and the next door neighbor, not at the same time, about this weekend as it went on. We're to the Hajjud on the Sunday was through 3:47. Okay. Anyways, I watched Mythos, the 2-1, the Mystical Path. And I was given the name Rahim. So my Shadaliyah name is Rahim. It's my, not Ar-Rahim, Rahim. Because I'm not claiming to be a god. And the Sheikh had said, for there is mercy in your heart. Because I wanted to, you are Rahim because there is mercy in your heart. I think those are his exact words. The Sleep CD started on Surah 4. Okay. Things are a little off there. Citrus aurantium, so that was orange, representing beauty and brightening disposition. And as much as I have to go through this quickly because I think someone may be coming soon to interrupt and I'll have to interrupt this, so I want to close it. But comment and question if there's any question about what's going on. I watch Mythos, The Inward Path. What was the number of that episode? I listened to Abdul Bari, Surah 21 through 27. Orange scent offering representing fertility, good luck, and something. So on the 20th, I consider it to represent happiness, love, generous. Lemon representing contact other planes. Yeah, drop your lemon in the don't start a fire by having a drop on the burner in your oven, but or setting the pot on top of the stove or whatever. Scent offerings are important. You don't have to go buy a bunch of expensive incense. You can always come up with something. Enochian key 10, 8:30 through 8:39 a.m. I watch Mythos 1 through 3. 1, 3, the enlightened one. And that's again what we're all supposed to become. Instead of this, oh, we can't do it anymore. No. These examples are things that we can live out. Maybe we can't have the legacy they have because, generations or even centuries or millennia. But, 2, 4 are eternal selves. I listened to Abdul Bari, Surah 28 through 34. J.D. Hall, parts 7 through 9. Sleep CD on Surah 13. I listened to 35 through 41 of the Abdul Bari the next day, the 21st. J.D. Hall, parts 10 and 11. I watched Mythos 3:1, The Way to Illumination. Again, all these figures are not that we worship them. It's that they have shown us a way where we, towards our own becoming. So Tahajjud, As-Salat, Surah 3, 118 through 100. Okay, what? 174? I listened to J.D. Hall parts 13 through 17. I read an interpretation of the Quran through Surah 38. Illegible, but one gets the idea when one talks about the next one. At Orange, steam offering representing fertility and good fortune. From the 23rd, happiness and love. I'll watch Mythos 3:2, the experience of God. Now we can convince, if we live in God consciousness, that's not quite the same as feeling God's presence, but it's as close as we're going to get, and that's fine. The consciousness of what we worship is definitely up there. And I wish I could live, that way all the time, definitely feeling the presence of God. It's just amazingly vast, and I don't know what else to say at the moment. I think I've articulated it better in the past, but the 23rd, I listened to Abdul Bari Surah 42 through 76, J.D. Hall, parts 18 and 19. And remember the, sorry about that. Okay, I lost what I was going to say, but okay, so on the 24th, that Saturday, Deuteronomy 1 through 34. I like to listen in the original language, so that was what I was doing. I think that was what I was doing. Oh, no, it must have been a translation. I do that too. J.D. Hall, Jews 20, 77 through 114 of the Abdul Bari translation and recitation. I went to the post-dawn lecture on, I attended the dawn prayers in the group at the masjid, and there was the bayan, the lecture on the 6 qualities, a little over something. So I took part in the program that morning of the group that came. I watched Rumi, Poet of the Heart, an Amber Burnt Offering, something Your Heat. That kind of sounds weird. So on the Sunday, I read the Quran through Surah 20 through 42 ayat 3 of the Majid Fakri translation. Majid Fakri, yeah. The post dawn and the post noon noon programs with there was English. Oh, Pashtun. It was a bilingual Pashtun and English thing, and a little before dawn to a little after, not dawn, the early afternoon to the little after the late afternoon prayer. Took part in the program. What Pete Bayon was the program. Okay, I watched The Dervish Project. I listened to J.D. Hall Parts 21, an Amber Scent Offering representing an extrovert. I had a discussion with the Princess of Disc and the next door neighbor. I had a discussion in my living room with him about organizing my work. The learning and preaching. Okay. Well, what's the Tablighi program? We have the 6 qualities of the companions. We have the learning, the recitation group of 11, the first surah of the Quran and the last 10 suwar. We have discussions on issues. We have reading from books such as that. The learning and teaching group, they go out and remind people. And so, okay, I gotta hurry with this, I think. The 26th, I watched Mystical Iran, The Unseen World by Aryan Farshad. Well done documentary. Me and my shakiness, even if I had the opportunity to get that footage, I might not. Well, unless I set down the camera and used a stand and didn't move about and try to follow things and whatnot. But I read an interpretation of the Quran through Surah 43, ayat 89. An Amber Scent Offering. I gave it a Jupiter and a Sagittarius sort of symbolism, talkative. I listened to J.D. Hall, part 22 and 23, Exodus 1 through 40. I started the sleep CD on Surah 5 and Surah 10 the next day. Listened to J.D. Hall, parts 24, Genesis 1 through 50, Leviticus 1 through something. I watched a Mary Magdalene Roundtable, The Experts Speak, More Secrets of Mary Magdalene, Dan Burstein, Secrets of Mary Magdalene. I painted okay, what did I paint? I painted the the Tree of Life. Oh, the opening to the Bornless ritual. For the Tree of Life. Okay, I don't know what I was coming up there, but interesting enough. AM 9:09 to 9:13 p.m. and 8:18 to 8:15 p.m., 6:26 through 6:33 a.m., and 7 to 7:09 p.m. We have Enochian key, 18th Enochian key. I read Quran through Surah 46, 8-3, the Majid Fakhri and the Mahmud Zayd translation. On the 28th, it was through Surah 47:38. I watched Captive Minds, Hypnosis and Beyond, The Dervish Project, which, if one's unfamiliar, is a film that I don't even know if it's available anymore, but she shows her paintings that represent her levels of spiritual development and her experiences, and shares poems that connect to her training with the Hazrat Inayat Khan type of Sufism. And what we have here, Song of Solomon, Lamenting Ruth. Oh, Lamentations, Ruth, Numbers was what I listened to. Oh, maybe it's the grandma's disc that I was listening to, because she gave me those. My late grandmother that I did the eulogy for. Well, for my channel, anyways. An amber scent offering. Forward. Okay, what do we have? Okay, I am not reading that too well. We have Accepting a Third Will, Gathering. Oh, Dio. Dio, that's what I'm showing here is the 7th Enochian author. 626 through 653. There was on my left, something on my left. You feel whether it's a common ritual or so-called secret or vague ritual or something, sometimes you feel a presence on one side or the other. You feel a movement, you see a light, and definitely on one side or the other. And I felt differently after the initiation. It wasn't the same as what happened in September 23rd, 2000, but yeah, that was different. Thursday the 24th, I watched Rumi, the Poet of the Heart. I listened to First Chronicles, Nehemiah, and Esther. I don't know. J.D. Hall, Jews 26. And what is that? We have an amber scent offering, strong retention, religious. I read through Surah 49:18 with that translation again. On the 30th, I watched The Real Islam. Same translation through Surah 53:62. I listened to J.D. Hall, parts 28 through 30. I watched the Shadaliya Sufi Center and Shadaliya Center of Peace and Mercy present Midwest the okay what Sufi school. Okay, the 27 sorry, the 72 Names of God. Listen to JD. Okay, I already said that. What scent offering did I make? Orange scent offering representing weddings and wealth. Of course, spiritual wealth is better than material. Spent prosperity and money. Okay. So December, and it looks like I go into February maybe. But we'll see that later. And if there's any comment or question, eek, not ek, I thought that's an interesting one to have. Yeah, I like that visual. I should talk using this visual of the light circling more often. Um, but yeah, my journal classes, I'm going to share the information in the journals on the comment in question, particularly when I'm told that. I write things for me to understand, and if it's not something I'm doing live, you can definitely still comment and question, and I will try to get back to you. At least while my channel's not popular enough that I can't do that for everybody, but I'm going to, look and try to, because this channel, as much as I'm sharing my accounts, it's not so much about me. I'm trying to benefit other people, of course.